anymore. I don't even know.
You gotta be kidding me, man. Was Monday Night Raw absolutely a good show tonight? What? I don't believe it. I don't think you guys believe me saying it. But we are live, man. Monday Night Raw, a decent little show tonight for November 1st. Don't get your hopes up, though. I know there are people in the community that are, oh, Monday Night Raw is going to turn the page. No, it ain't. Calm down. Go sit in the corner like a good little child. Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Kevin Owens teasing yet another heel turn on WWE television. And Apollo Crews steps up to challenge Damian Priest. Good luck getting me to care, being that Apollo Crews has lost his 8 matches in a row. But we're gonna go over everything tonight, guys. We're gonna break this thing down like we usually do on your Monday night and have some fun doing it. This is your Monday Night Raw post show right here on Off the Script.
Successful? Why is Tony Khan running his promotion better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are running Monday night and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. It is November 1st, 2021. I'm your host, JD from New York, and this is Off the Script. Thank you guys so very much for spending your evenings with me on this late Monday night. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, man. I don't want anybody to think that WWE is turning the page on anything creatively. I don't want people to think that they finally woke up from their deep, depressing, miserable, pathetic, lazy, soulless slumber. But clearly WWE had an initiative tonight, and that was to put on a decent show for 3 hours on USA Network. I don't know the reason why. I don't know what their mentality was going into this show. But I guess there has to be a sunny day in the mix of cloudy, rainy days. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe WWE wanted it to be a sunny day today. I have no fucking clue. Monday Night Raw was decent tonight. And the one thing that I noticed about Monday Night Raw tonight And it's something that I hope WWE really takes a look at, because I know they watch my fucking show. I absolutely know that they do. Or somebody there watches my fucking show. I hope something clicks after what we saw in the first hour of Monday Night Raw. I want you guys to understand something. When we see as a fan base the show not changing and the show very formulaic and basic and the format is just generally the same boring bullshit that we usually get every single week. And I mean, show starts off with a promo segment. Out comes wrestler A. They interrupt pro wrestler in the ring. Then out comes wrestler B. And then wrestler C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, Humberto. You got a whole army of guys coming out there interrupting each other, which leads to the opening match after 20 minutes of a complete waste of time, or it sets up something in the main event spot. I don't care where the match goes. It's the same old shit. WWE tonight, in the first hour, they gave you a complete synopsis of Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. We got the introductions for Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, making it feel like that their Raw Women's Championship match was a big deal. We got those two women in the ring for 20 minutes. Very good match between the two. And then we got Austin Theory and Rey Mysterio in a good 15-minute or so match. And that took up the bulk of hour one. Tonight we got professional wrestling in the first hour of Monday Night Raw. It is quite the refreshing change of pace for Monday Night Raw. And this is what the bulk of the show should be given. Pro wrestling. The bulk of this show should be taken up by professional wrestling. You got some of the best professional wrestlers on the fucking planet. You should be sending them out there. I'm not saying the same cast of characters every week, but sending 2, 3, 4 different people out there, depending on the situation or whatever match you want to have. Send them out there and let them open the show with professional wrestling. Have the bulk of that first hour be about professional wrestling. I enjoyed what I saw tonight on Monday Night Raw between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m. After that, the show was just terribly long, and I got tired, and I had to get up and turn on my coffee machine because I was starting to fade away. Outside of the show being 3 hours, which we all know is the bane of Monday Night Raw's existence, the first hour of the show was very, very good tonight. And I hope that they continue that pace and we see more of what the format was tonight. If you send men and women out there to give us professional wrestling and the bulk of this show is carried by professional wrestling, Monday Night Raw in a general sense for 3 hours is not going to feel that bad. I just hope that they listen to the fan base tonight because we enjoyed that first hour of the show. Generally, we got good wrestling on tonight's show just from top to bottom. Outside the first hour, we got T-Bar. I don't know why we're still calling him T-Bar. I don't know where he's going with the name T-Bar. The only place I could see T-Bar going is the unemployment line next time Nick Conman wants to start making some cuts. The name T-Bar is going nowhere on a marquee in WWE. Let's get this guy back to Dijakovic. You want to cut his name? Fine. Get him out of the fucking face paint. Give him his old theme back. And let's send this guy out there and have him be an upper main event level guy because he is that good. T-Bar and Damian Priest had a no disqualification match tonight. They had a very good match. The Dirty Dawgs could not give a single shit about these two dogs. Had a good match with the Street Profits with Randy Orton. Really putting over the tag team division on commentary. Good stuff there. Kevin Owens and Big E in the main event. Non-title, of course. Always good to see Kevin Owens in a main event spot. Always good to see Kevin Owens in general on television. Whether or not he's there by the end of February, or the end of January, I should say, when his contract is up, that remains to be seen. We don't know. This may be the last run we see of Kevin Owens in WWE, so you might as well enjoy it right now because the future is certainly uncertain for KO. Seth Rollins and Biggie had a very good back and forth in the ring tonight, setting up their potential inevitable match for the WWE Championship. And Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair had a great match for the Raw Women's Championship. Decent little show tonight with some really, really good professional wrestling. The only thing I would say that was a negative on the show tonight, we are legitimately 3 weeks away from the Survivor Series, and there hasn't been one fucking mention of the Survivor Series at all. No Survivor Series mention, no Survivor Series qualifying matches for the men's team. Maybe WWE has that lined up in the next couple of weeks or so. I have no idea. We got no Survivor Series build whatsoever. Nothing with Big E and Roman Reigns. Nothing with Damian Priest and Shinsuke Nakamura. Nothing with the Usos and RK Bro. Nothing with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Absolutely nothing in regards to the Survivor Series at all. It makes me wonder if WWE is even doing a Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series theme this year. Because if they were, we would have already seen some competitive matches to get on the Survivor Series teams, and we would have seen somebody from SmackDown show up on Raw and vice versa. We've gotten zero Survivor Series builds. Zero. Maybe WWE is bringing in Dwayne, and they feel like they don't need Survivor Series build because Dwayne's coming in. I have no idea, but the fact that we have got zero Survivor Series build is a little concerning to me. How are we supposed to care about Survivor Series if WWE has 3 weeks left to go and not one mention of Survivor Series has been mentioned? I don't know. We're going to go over the show tonight. We're going to go over what happened. We're going to go over whatever news and rumors I have, if I have any news and rumors, which at this point I don't think I do. Let me quickly check my news and notes. I got a note on the New Day. I got a note on Corey Graves. So we do got some news. We do got some news coming out of Monday Night Raw. So we will go over that as well. And I want to thank you guys very much for joining me. Brand new week, brand new month of content. I'm glad you're making me your destination tonight to cover Monday Night's Raw. We got almost 1,900 people in the chat. I know Monday Night Raw is not the most popular TV show in the world of professional wrestling, but I'm glad you guys always show up and make me number one in the community when we talk about anything WWE and AEW related. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. I put something in the chat. 1,250 is the goal. If you guys have not hit that thumbs up, we should have at least 1,000, being that there's almost 1,900 in the chat right now. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Hit that subscribe button down below. And make sure you guys hit the join button and become a VIP member right here in the OTS venue. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. If you missed Off the Script episode 395, that is on YouTube right now. That is on the homepage. Go and check that out. We talk about in depth the entire Ring of Honor situation, the roster, where they're going to end up. We talk about who is to blame for the failure that was Ring of Honor last week. They closed their doors. They are no more as of right now. So if you guys missed any of that stuff, go and check it out. Also on that particular podcast, we talk about more drama with Charlotte Flair. We talk about Bray Wyatt, Wyndham. While he was in Hollywood, he's already teasing about what is going on with him. He is now a free agent. He's probably in communication with Tony Khan as we speak. We have no idea. But Bray Wyatt is in the news, and he will continue to be in the news until he shows up in All Elite Wrestling. So I got all that for you on episode 395. That was on Saturday. Go and check that stuff out. It is on the homepage. You guys know where to find that. Make sure you guys support the podcast. There are several ways to do that on top of subscribing and on top of hitting the thumbs up. We got t-shirts available on Bonfire. Links are right underneath the video player that you see right now. Click on the shirt you want. It'll take you right to Bonfire. Easy access, 1, 2, 3. You'll check out, and you'll get yourself some great off-the-script merchandise. Top-quality stuff there from bonfire.com. Patreon is another way to support. We just got the new off-the-script hats. Make sure you guys go sign up for the Patreon page, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Baseball caps. We got the dugout mugs. We got the Are We Live t-shirts there. So go sign up. That is only exclusive. Those items are only exclusive to the Patreon page. Once again, that's patreon.com/JD from NY206. And today's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. You guys are going to use code JD. That is capital J, capital D at checkout. And you guys are going to get your free sample of Blue Chew. All you have to do is pay the $5 for shipping and handling, and you will have Blue Chew ready and waiting for you right at your doorstep in a very discreet package. You guys know the deal. Very simple process. Blue Chew's been a great partner and a great friend of the show for a couple of years now, and I want you guys to go out there and support Blue Chew. That is BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout for your free sample. Let's get into Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Monday Night Raw at the top. WWE gave us a nice video package from Rhode Island, the Providence, or the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm sorry. Who doesn't enjoy a good cup of Dunkin' Donuts? I run on Dunkin'. I don't run on Starbucks. I will gladly take any type of coffee, whether it's Starbucks, Dunkin', I'll take Pete's, I'll take Newman's. Well, whatever you want to throw my way, man. Green Mountain, whatever you want to throw, Seattle's Best. Whatever you want to throw at me, man, I will drink it, but I prefer Dunkin'. JD runs on Dunkin'. Now, I'm not sponsored by them in any which way, but it's a nice little cheap plug for them, I guess, like they fucking need it, right? Like they need it. JD runs on Dunkin'. From the Dunkin' Donuts Center, Providence, Rhode Island, we got a big video package hyping this Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair match to open the show. Bel-Air was interviewed right before the match, which I liked. Becky Lynch was interviewed before the match, which I liked. It made it seem like it was a big deal. WWE does things right when they want to do things right. Most of the time, they're lazy. I enjoyed this. Bel-Air admitted to Sarah Schreiber that she wasn't ready for Lynch at SummerSlam after preparing for Sasha Banks. She was excited to face Lynch until she was suddenly without her title 26 seconds later. The experience made her stronger while Lynch has lost sight of what it takes to be champion. Lynch couldn't stand that Bel-Air rose to the top while she was out, and Bel-Air continued to put over the magnitude of how important this match is to her. Bel-Air entered the ring. Becky Lynch was interviewed by Sarah Schreiber before she went through the curtain and gorilla, and Lynch told Schreiber that Bel-Air only rose to the top because she wasn't around to stop her. She was doing push-ups the day after she gave birth, and nobody understood how hard it was to be her. People didn't appreciate Becky, she said, and that motivated her to beat Bel-Air again. Becky Lynch beats Bianca Belair in the opening match of Monday Night Raw to retain the Raw Women's Championship. I'm surprised, and at the same time, I'm not surprised. WWE has done a terrible job with Bianca Belair. And I don't mean this as a cheap shot to Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair has been treated like shit ever since the SummerSlam 26-second debacle in Las Vegas. The end of this match, all it signifies to me is that Bianca Belair needs to get to the back of the line. There needs to be new blood. There needs to be new competition. There needs to be fresh opponents for Becky Lynch from this point on. Where does that leave Bianca Belair? I have no fucking clue. That Raw Women's division is utter shit the way I look at it right now. There's Becky, and then there's Bianca, and that is it. And that is it. I don't know when Asuka's ready to come back. I don't know when Bayley is ready to come back. They're both not going to the same show. One show's getting Asuka, and the other show is getting Bayley. I would rather Asuka go to SmackDown because she's been on Raw, and I'm tired of seeing her on Raw. I would send Bayley to Monday Night Raw. That's what I would do. That's not really new, fresh, and exciting because Bel-Air has feuded with Bayley, but I honestly think Bel-Air's time at the top is going to take a very long, extended break. And the funny thing is, all people did to me during the whole rants on the 26-second loss, how I said Bianca was ruined and how Bianca was buried and how Bianca is never going to recover because of WWE's creative negligence and how they fucked everything up and the momentum was stifled and they ruined everything that came out of WrestleMania. Where are you people now is what I want to know. Because I'm fucking waiting for you. Where are you? I don't fucking hear you. Where are you? Crickets is what I hear. I hear fucking crickets every time I'm right. Why? Because I'm more right than I am wrong, and you don't fucking like it. That's why. Bianca Belair was fucking destroyed at SummerSlam. I had people telling me, just give it time. Let it develop. Becky Lynch is going to put over Bianca Belair. I'm still waiting, motherfucker. I'm still waiting, and we'll still be waiting this same time next year. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Get to the back of the line, Miss Bel-Air. Done. Absolutely done. Now what? What do you got to tell me now, huh? Should I still be waiting? Should I still be patient? Is Bel-Air going to get yet another championship match? Because nobody wants to see that after she lost again. Shut the fuck up and let the professionals do their job. You want to start your own fucking show? Then go buy yourself a fucking $30 microphone and some bullshit fucking camera that's all pixelated at 480p, motherfucker. Go and start your own fucking show and try and do my job as good as I can. Here's a spoiler for you. You won't. You won't. Failure. Leave it to me to tell you how it's going to be. And when I'm right, I love the silence. I love it. Bel-Air is finished. For now. For now. But Becky is moving on to Charlotte. Now, I'm surprised Becky is actually moving on to Charlotte. I really am. I thought WWE was going to get cold feet. And I thought they were going to keep these two women away from each other. But I guess WWE is going to embrace the hate. I guess they are. Survivor Series, if they are planning a Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series theme, we'll see Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Raw versus SmackDown Women's Champions. I wish we got some sort of build going into Survivor Series, but I guess WWE doesn't need a build. This is why I hate the Raw versus SmackDown theme. It gives WWE all the opportunity to be lazy because the show's already booked for them. All they have to do is come up with the men's and women's Survivor Series 5-on-5 match and then come up with the winners and losers for the night, and that is it. The rest of the show books itself because you've given yourself an easy out. Oh, it's U.S. Champion versus Intercontinental Champion. Oh, it's the Raw Tag Team Champions versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So on and so forth. This is why the Survivor Series theme needs to go away. This is why the draft and the brand split need to die. It's nothing more than a fucking crutch for WWE to be more lazy than they usually are this time of year. But I'm surprised they're going with Becky and Charlotte. I wish we got some sort of build. Maybe we will get that in the next 3 weeks. But I really hope WWE starts to bring out some of that realism in what made the Becky Lynch and Charlotte, I guess, backstage situation all that much more interesting. Because when you bring real life into it, and Charlotte has no problem mentioning real life to Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks has no problem mentioning real life to Charlotte Flair, why don't we get that with Becky Lynch? Why don't we get that with Charlotte Flair together? That's what the build should be. I'm surprised that they're actually going and doing it. I thought WWE, no question, would have been 100% backing out of this thing. Thought they were going to put the title on Bel-Air and have her go up against Charlotte. Sasha could have beaten Charlotte before Survivor Series. We could have gotten Bianca beating Becky. We could have got the SummerSlam match that we never got at Survivor Series between Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. And Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair would then captain each other's Survivor Series teams and go head-to-head that way. But we're not getting that. Maybe WWE is going to captain Sasha Banks and captain Bianca Belair. Who their tag team partners are going to be remains to be seen. So it looks like we're just getting the opposite. I even asked if WWE wanted to unify the championships, which I think is the best decision because the Monday Night Raw women's division is fucking terrible. Outside of the top women on SmackDown, the SmackDown women's division isn't all that much better. They just started pushing Shotzi Blackheart. Toni Storm seems to be on the back of a fucking milk carton once again. They don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. But WWE probably would have been better off just unifying the championships. They had Bianca, Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte all kind of fighting over these two championships. I would have thrown them, and it fits right into the Raw and SmackDown theme. I would have thrown them in a fatal four-way, winner take all, whoever walks out the champion, owns both titles, merge the divisions, merge the belts, unify the titles, have one universal women's championship, and that's it. WWE did none of that, and I'm still here scratching my head over why. Because that was easily the best option to go with. But WWE gave us, at the end of the day, no matter what creative decision they decide to go with, a great wrestling match here between these two women. It's nothing to really go back and rewatch again or study, or it's not going to live in the annals of WWE history or anything as one of the greatest matches of all time. It was a good television championship match. No more, no less. You don't need to go out there and scream from the heavens about how great Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair are. It was a title match. It got the job done. It told a good story. It was serviceable, and that was it. That was it. So Belair was in full control, couple minutes in, and they went to commercial break. We got a couple commercial breaks in this thing. I really wish WWE would limit the commercial breaks in between these big matches and spread them out amongst the things that we don't really care about. But Lynch tried using Belair's braid against her, but Belair yanked Lynch into the post before giving her a big vertical suplex on the outside. Lynch posted Belair and used a reverse DDT for a 2 count. Belair then moved away from a leg drop, came back with some drop kicks, a vertical suplex, a delayed vertical suplex showing off her power. Went for a cover, got a 2 count. That followed by a gut buster, another cover, only a 2 count. So there were some dueling chants here, and the crowd was very split here with Becky and Bianca 50-50. The crowd does not want to boo Becky Lynch. And this makes her entire act even more illogical because she's forcing something that the fans don't want. She's forcing something that the fans don't believe. She comes off like a blithering idiot. She's not good at it. Nobody believes in what she's saying. And all of this is actually working against her and making her character look stupid. It's not that it's making her character look bad as a bad guy. It's making her character look stupid. She sounds stupid. She looks stupid. She comes off stupid. Nobody wants to boo you. Yet she's out there saying that the fans don't want to like her anymore because she's changed and she's at the top. And the fans don't know what it feels like to be at the top. Now they want somebody else. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. This Becky Lynch heel turn has done absolutely nothing to enhance her character. In fact, it's actually made her character worse to a point where I don't even think she's a force in the women's division like she thinks she is, like WWE thinks she is. I honestly think she's one of the worst aspects in the overall women's division, period. I really do. But that's just my opinion. So Belair dodged some drop kicks, gut busted, like I said. Belair countered a disarmer by hoisting Lynch up and knocking them both over the top rope. Lynch countered a vertical suplex again. A lot of vertical suplexes here by Bianca. Tried an armbar as Bel-Air tried to reverse it. Lynch sat down into a cover for 2. And Bel-Air then slammed Lynch for a 2 count of her own. Bel-Air used a press slam, tried a moonsault, but Lynch got her knees up. Lynch followed with a manhandle slam, a.k.a. a rock bottom. And Bel-Air got a rope break to break up that 2 count. Lynch went after Bel-Air on the outside, but Bel-Air dropped her on the announce table, which looked, did not look good at all. Bel-Air followed with a grand slam for a 2 count, or glam slam. I'm thinking about fucking Adam Duvall yesterday. Now the Braves lost that fucking game. I got grand slam in my notes. See where my fucking head is at. A glam slam by Bel-Air for a 2 count. Bel-Air got Lynch on her shoulders for the KOD finish, but Lynch yanked off the top turnbuckle. So imagine Becky Lynch in position for KOD on Bel-Air's shoulders. She takes the turnbuckle, she yanked it off, the cover came out, and Lynch then slides down, pushes Bel-Air into the exposed steel, and then rolls her up, hooks the tights, and then gets the 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Becky Lynch retains the championship. Bianca Belair is now another loser again. Very good match. The crowd was split 50-50, and Bianca Belair needs to get to the back of the line. That's it. I don't know what she does, but I'm hoping Asuka or Bayley is ready to come back so Belair, after Survivor Series, has somebody else to feud with. Or better yet, how about we get Bianca Belair just putting over somebody else that absolutely needs the rub? Tegan Knox is on Monday Night Raw, isn't she? Where is Tegan Knox? Why don't we have Tegan Knox on this show? She was drafted to Raw, and Shotzi stayed on SmackDown. She would be a perfect opponent for Bianca Belair. She really would. Zelina Vega and Carmella looks like they'll be teaming up to take on Nikki Trash and Rhea Ripley. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Dana Brooke is a waste of time. Tamina is a waste of time. Doudrop is a waste of time. I don't know who else is on the roster to really keep Bianca Belair busy. I don't know who else is there to keep her busy. So what are we going to do with Bianca Belair unless a major name like Asuka or Bayley are ready to come back? Tegan Knox is there. I think that would be a good move. Unless we're getting another match with these two and Bianca is really the one to take the title off Becky. But at that point, WWE has destroyed Bianca Belair to a point that if that does happen, who's going to care? Nobody is going to care. So we'll see what happens. Bianca Belair loses again. Becky Lynch retains the title. Becky Lynch is moving on to Charlotte at the Survivor Series. Austin Theory, quickly becoming one of my favorite things about this show. He's got such a high ceiling that it would be, at this point, physically fucking impossible for WWE to mess up Austin Theory. I don't know how you could. They can mess up anybody. I could give them my fucking dog and I would be dogless if they went and took my dog for a walk. I wouldn't trust WWE to fold my fucking laundry. But Austin Theory, what I'm getting at is such a prime acquisition for this brand. He's a blue chipper if you've ever seen one. And there's no reason why this guy shouldn't be at the top of the card in a calendar year, or I would say 18 months tops. Austin Theory at the top of this card. He's got everything you could possibly ask for to be a top-of-the-line guy. He's a little silly right now with the cell phone gimmick, snapping selfies. We saw this with Tyler Breeze. I don't know why they're redoing that with Austin Theory, but I'm liking what we're seeing from Austin Theory so far. Kevin Patrick was in the back. He was welcoming Rey and Dominic Mysterio and asked Rey about his match tonight with Austin Theory. Mysterio said Theory is talent, but he's arrogant and disrespectful. He said he was proud of how his son stood up to Theory, but Theory entered yelling Rey Mysterio's name. He said he'll get a selfie after he beats him like he beat his son last week. Dominic said Theory better show some respect to his father. Ray said he's been doing this for a long time, and Theory isn't the first to try and make a name off of the Mysterio legacy. He said there's a reason why all those other names have faded while the Mysterio name continues to live on. He walked through the curtain, and Austin Theory was continuing to be a prick. Now, Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. This match went, I'd say, 11, 12 minutes or so. This was also very good. And I mentioned this at the top. We got Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch after the introductions and the promos and the video package. It really took up a nice chunk of the first half an hour, almost the whole half an hour in general. And then we got this promo by Theory, this promo by Mysterio. We got these guys going out there and giving us a nice little wrestling match as well. This is what the first hour of Monday Night Raw really should be. That's exactly what I think it should be every week. Start off hot. Start off with some pro wrestling. If you want to start the promos, have the promos start in the second hour. But I'm really enjoying what they did tonight for the first hour. Some good, solid wrestling. So this was not a bad match either. There was a spot here. We go to commercial break, obviously. Take it up after the commercial break because WWE loves their fucking commercial breaks. Theory had Rey on his shoulders. Dominic spun Rey around into a tornado DDT, which looked beautiful. Beautiful. So the ref yelled at Dominic, but did not kick him out. He did not banish him from ringside. He didn't disqualify Rey. Just keep that in mind. Dominic got involved a little too much in this match, and it cost him. Theory was in the ring. He regained control, and Rey dropped him on the turnbuckle before hitting a crossbody for a 2 count. Theory gave Rey a backdrop before drop-kicking Dominic, which was only fair because Dominic assisted Rey with the DDT on the outside earlier in the match. Rey dropped Theory on the middle rope, and all of a sudden, Dominic jumps up and slaps Theory in the face as he's draped over the middle rope. Rey Mysterio goes for the 619. He gets the 619. He goes up top. He hits the splash. He goes for the cover. Referee did not give a shit because he's seen Dominic slap Austin Theory. He noticed what happened, and the referee called for a disqualification. So Dominic cost his father an easy win over Austin Theory tonight. Austin Theory wins by disqualification, and the match was good up until the finish. I get that they don't want Austin Theory to really go out there, beat Dominic, and beat Rey clean in back-to-back weeks. Doesn't really bode well for the Mysterios on Monday Night Raw, but I think they're going to prolong this just a little bit, build some intrigue, and maybe we get another tease of Dominic and Rey splitting up. I have no idea. But Austin Theory continues to win. He's been consistent. He's got that momentum. He wins by DQ here. And I didn't really mind this outcome. Now, I always enjoy a clean victory. I think that really speaks to where WWE thinks or what they think about Austin Theory. But Austin Theory has gotten wins consistently. And I really can't hate on this. So he wins by DQ here. Very good match, which pretty much rounded out the first hour on Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins and Big E. This was a promo segment. Seth Rollins is the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship. Big E obviously is the WWE Champion. Rollins is in the ring. He makes his entrance. He's wearing this bright orange suit. I don't know where he gets these over-the-top suits, but he's owning it. He's living it up, man. Rollins had a microphone, and he was laughing. He was laughing about what happened last week and laughed to the crowd in Rhode Island. He said, we all know him, and we know that's not the kind of person he is to come out here and really boast about his ego. He said he came out here with a purpose, but while he's here, let him explain that why he's on top of the world. He started to laugh. Says he's on cloud nine because last week in a grueling ladder match, he defeated three former top-tier world champions in the Monday Night Raw main event to earn his number one contendership for the WWE title. Said it feels good and feels right since this is Monday Night's Rollins, and that he was drafted to be the face of Monday Night Raw on Monday nights. Said the only thing that's missing is a title around his waist. Said the contract he held basically guarantees that he's the next WWE champion. Now, I will say this. I don't know what type of contract WWE has Rollins parading around with. He came out with this red folder with the WWE logo on it. There's a contract in the folder, obviously, for a future WWE title match. If you guys watched NXT a couple weeks ago, where Isaiah Swerve Scott dropped the North American Championship to Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes won this breakout tournament on NXT Tuesday night. Nowhere was it discussed, nowhere was it described that the contract Carmelo Hayes was going to be treated like a money in the bank, random cash in whenever he wanted. That's not the way the breakout tournament's contract was 2 years ago when Triple H was in charge. Now, all of a sudden, Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are in charge of NXT. They want to change the rules without really telling you or describing you what the rules are. So he cashed in on Swerve after Swerve beat Escobar, and he won the North American Championship in the most lame, unceremonious fashion you could possibly think of. And WWE didn't tell us it was going to operate that way. I hope to God WWE doesn't do this same thing with Biggie. I hope they don't do this same thing with this Seth Rollins contract where Biggie wrestles somebody else in a WWE title match and Rollins comes out, he hands the contract to the referee and makes that match right then and there a WWE Championship match. We get one of them every year and it's called Money in the Bank. We do not need something else during the year to operate like a Money in the Bank. Otherwise, there's no need for Money in the Bank. I hope that this is just a standard contract. He cashes it in on what show he wants, when he wants, and we get the match. But I'm not giving WWE the benefit of the doubt here. They love changing the rules on the fly and doing what they want on any particular given day. Just throwing that out there. So, he said, let's go over the fine print. Big E's music hit, and it comes out, and he came out to congratulate Rollins on winning one heck of a ladder match. But instead of shaking his hand, Rollins says, like a normal man, he said Big E laughed in his face and slinked off like he was the Pink Panther. He said it bothered him, so he talked to his aunt. He imitated his aunt and said there is something deeply wrong with Rollins and that he's touched. Rollins says that's not how he remembers things, and brought up how E told Rollins earlier in the night that Rollins had to earn it. Like, you know, I'm Seth freaking Rollins. He said he lost a bit of respect for Big E last week. He then called E a quality champion with quality wins over Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. He said he hates to be the one to break it to him, but Rollins said E is not on his level. Big E just stared at him. He was getting a little bit more angry with everything that Rollins was telling him. Rollins then said, no disrespect with anything that I'm telling you right now. E doesn't want the responsibility of being champion anyway, and Rollins suggested, I will take that burden away from you. Which is the same thing he said and the same thing he did when he was calling himself the Messiah back a couple of years ago. He then joked about the New Day. He said, please let me take that championship off of you so you can go back to being a joke with your friends. He brought up King Woods and how the King was a joke. He brought up Kofi Mania and called Kofi Mania a joke. Big E then got really angry. He said, first of all, respect the King. Second, I am gonna fucking be damned if you're gonna sit here and tell me about one of the biggest moments in WWE history in Kofi Mania being a joke. You will not disrespect Kofi Mania. And then Big E said, you want your championship match? I'll give it to you tonight on Monday Night Raw. Rollins said, no. I am not taking you up on that offer. I am not even ready for a match, he says. I wrestled in a ladder match last week. I'm not ready to wrestle you for the WWE Championship after wrestling a ladder match last week. So the crowd wanted it. The crowd wanted to see it. Rollins then said to the crowd, good for you. Of course you all want to see it, knowing that I'm not 100% after the ladder match last week and the Hell in a Cell match before that. And he's not falling into Big E's trap. He said they do it on his terms when he's 100%. Kevin Owens then comes out and interrupts both Seth Rollins and Big E. Owens walked out. He paused for a little bit and then said, Rollins, shut up. Shut up. I'm out here now to interrupt. Owens says he's heard them talking about who is the face of Monday Night. He said Big E has a strong claim to be the face of Monday Night because he's the WWE champion. And he's a great champion at that. So he's kind of sucking up to Big E. So Big E has a strong claim. He said Rollins thinks he's the face because he's a delusional dumbass, using the suit as proof in the way you dress. You're a delusional dumbass. Then he said earlier in the night, Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch both calls themselves the face of WWE with all valid points, but he feels like everybody is forgetting his face, his handsome face that is full of charm and integrity. He said he should be the face because when it is all said and done, they weren't talking about Rollins winning, but they were talking about Kevin Owens' performance last week. Said he leaves everything in the ring every time he's out there. It didn't work out for him last week, but let's be honest, for a while it doesn't matter because he really believes in just keeping up the fight. He said he will get back up, dust himself off, and keep fighting. He said it might be 3 more months or 3 more years, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that he'll give the WWE Universe something to remember every time he's in the ring. I found that to be quite funny because his contract is legitimately up in 3 months, and I'm assuming that Kevin Owens is going to jump ship and go be a professional wrestler over with AEW. That's just my take there. But I found that to be funny that he mentioned that he's got 3 more months or 3 more years. It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep fighting. Yeah, you'll be fighting for AEW in about 6 months. Don't worry about it. He told Rollins to shut his mouth. No one wants to hear from him ever. Big E referenced Highlander, then said Owens makes a hell of a point and that they've never gone one-on-one. E then said, it's on, sucker. And we got Big E against Kevin Owens in the main event tonight on Monday Night Raw. Rollins was happy because those 2 guys were going to beat the shit out of each other, and he was going to stand by and watch and then clearly be the one in position to pick the bones of whoever is left. I enjoyed this. I really did enjoy this. I enjoyed the back and forth between Rollins and Big E for the brief moment where Rollins was just cutting down the New Day and calling them all a joke and calling Xavier a joke and calling Kofi Mania a joke. I like that Rollins is playing on Big E's heartstrings and talking about what is most important to him, because I don't want to see Big E as a WWE champion that's dancing around and having fun. This is not a time for fun and games. You got Seth Rollins, you got Kevin Owens, you got Finn Balor, you got Edge, you possibly got AJ Styles on the show, all vying for the WWE Championship. You got a nice nucleus of talent on Monday Night Raw at the top of the card that Big E can really have some great matches with. I don't want to see a funny, joking around, jovial, dancing and gyrating Big E. Rollins, when he mentioned the New Day, it brought anger out of Big E. It brought an intense stare of, I'm going to kick this guy's fucking ass if he keeps talking the way he is. That's the type of Big E I want to see. If Rollins is going to continue to bring that Big E out, in this feud, then we're going to be in line for a great feud. And I really enjoyed the interaction between the two. Now, I don't know when the match takes place. I don't know why we're building towards a Biggie and Seth Rollins match before Survivor Series when Biggie should really be concerned with Roman Reigns and the Usos. The Bloodline and the New Day should really be a focus going into Survivor Series. We're already building this match, and more than likely this match is not going to take place until after Survivor Series, which is quite interesting because WWE does not have any championships on the line at Survivor Series. It's all non-title matches, champion versus champion. Keep in mind, WWE doesn't have a pay-per-view in December because day one is happening on January 1. Now, I don't know when WWE is going to do this Seth Rollins and Big E match, but I don't think they're going to wait till January 1 to do it on pay-per-view. I think we get this match to take place on television, make Monday Night Raw feel a little bit more important than it usually does, and then we get the blow-off at day one, and whatever WWE wants to do after that, they can go and do whatever they need to do going into the Royal Rumble. But the championships are not going to be on the line in WWE, and I'm speaking about all of them, on pay-per-view until day one. There's Survivor Series, and then there's no pay-per-view in December. So the first time we would see WWE championships on the line at a pay-per-view is January 1, 2022. So keep that in mind. We may be getting this Biggie and Seth Rollins match happening on television. So we'll see what happens there. But we got Big E versus Kevin Owens for the main event on Monday Night Raw. We saw a video earlier in the day with Queen Zelina and Carmella. Zelina was doing this terrible, cringe, fake accent. I don't know why WWE thinks that we need to see and hear an accent because Xavier and Zelina won King and Queen of the Ring. It is so fucking lame. I would understand if she did it good. She doesn't do it good. So she's just making herself look like a fucking idiot at that point. It sounds ridiculous. So she's there cutting this fake European accent because she's all royal and regal now. And she's got this accent saying she wishes she could pull off a mask like Carmella. They came across Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley. Both Carmella and Zelina walk across Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley. Zelina asked about Nikki Ash's mask and then made fun of the mask in this sarcastic tone, saying that the mask really suits Ash. And then they walked away, started laughing about Nikki Ash's mask and outfit. And Rhea Ripley started to walk behind them and stop them, saying, I heard what you said about Nikki Ash, and I'm not going to let you trash talk Nikki Ash like that. And this is not high school. I'm not going to let your pettiness hurt Nikki's feelings. Carmella said they're beneath them. So Nikki said, if you think the champions are so beneath you, then you won't have a problem having a match. So we got this tag team match that nobody cares to see, made from this one segment earlier in the day. Great. It's so sad about Rhea Ripley, man. It really is so sad. Remember Rhea Ripley in NXT? She was on her way to being one of the more organic and natural professional wrestlers in WWE to come along and have legit, genuine fan backing. Fans loved her. They were ready to cheer her. They were ready to really kind of anoint her the next coming of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch had that great, hardened attitude, don't give a fuck attitude. Rhea Ripley comes along and throws a little dash of heavy metal on top of that attitude. Everybody wanted to cheer Rhea Ripley, man. Really. She won the NXT Women's Championship. She lost the NXT Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair. You guys know the story. She never fully recovered. Never. Charlotte Flair buried that division. Charlotte never put over Rhea. At the takeover in your house between Io, Charlotte, and Rhea, Charlotte lost the championship, but Io pinned Rhea, and Charlotte didn't even factor into the pinfall loss. While she went there to destroy the division, she did nothing to put anybody there over while she was there. Rhea was still there. She had not really gotten into much of anything. She had a feud with Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel Gonzalez beat her. Rhea Ripley got called up to the main roster full time. She shows up on Monday Night Raw to challenge Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. It made absolutely no sense. You had blithering fucking retards like Ryan Satin out there saying, oh, I love this match. Meanwhile, the match never made fucking sense. They only booked the match at WrestleMania because WWE had legitimately nobody else on the Raw roster to challenge Asuka when WrestleMania was starting to come around. She didn't win one match. She shows up on night one, has no record on the main roster, gets a championship match. She wins the Raw Women's Championship. And she does nothing with the championship. In fact, the championship made Rhea Ripley look worse because Asuka wasn't doing anything with it, and they took it off of Asuka, who was pretty much at a zero, and they transferred it to Rhea Ripley, who made everything seem that much worse. The title made Rhea look worse. Rhea made the title look worse. 4 months of feud with Charlotte went absolutely nowhere. I don't even know why they were wrestling, what the feud was over. Still waiting for the fucking outcome where Rhea gets the one-up on Charlotte. We'll be waiting until we're old and gray. Then Rhea loses the championship to Charlotte, and now Rhea is in a fucking tag team with Nikki Ash. Now, all of this that I just explained to you, she went from being one of the most promising women superstars in the entire company with so much upside and so much hype and so much excitement around her. She went from that to legitimately a fucking nobody. Rhea Ripley is a fucking nobody, and it's not even her fault. I'm not even blaming her. WWE Creative has failed Rhea Ripley. It is such an awful deterioration of somebody that should be at the head of her division. This is WWE's problem. They want to have Charlotte. They want to have Sasha. They want to have Becky. They want to have Bayley. They want to have Alexa. But everybody else seems to suffer because WWE refuses to build new stars. Why aren't we building up Rhea Ripley to be the next Becky Lynch? Why are we not building Bianca Belair up to be the next Sasha Banks? Why are we not building Toni Storm up to be the next Charlotte? Why are we not building Tegan Knox up to be the next Bayley? Why are we not building Liv Morgan up to be the next Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, Asuka, Alexa? Why? Don't you think if you had all of these other women that should be where they need to be at the top, don't you think the Raw and SmackDown women's divisions would be actually good? Why are we struggling to get Liv Morgan TV time? Where is Toni Storm? Why is Rhea Ripley going from superstar to nobody? From Raw Women's Champion to holding a championship that, quite honestly, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships should be fucking burned and never to be seen again. If somebody was to fucking light them on fire, I wouldn't piss the fucking flames away. They are the most worthless set of championships in all of professional wrestling. How can you have tag team champions when you don't have a women's tag team division? Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash look even more stupid for carrying around championships that don't even get defended. You're pretending to be something you're not. Not everybody deserves to be a champion. You can't carry around a participation trophy and then brag that you're a fucking champion. You've done nothing to even earn, one, and two, nothing to even call yourself a champion. And those championships are so garbage. They've never fully recovered from when the Moronics won them from Sasha and Bayley at WrestleMania. Soon as those two women touched those championships, they were fucking cursed from that very day. Awful. Rhea Ripley is a fucking nobody. So why do I care? Why do I care about Rhea? Why do I care about Nikki Ash? Why do I care about Zelina Vega doing this fake English accent? I don't care. Carmella. This is the same shit that we saw on SmackDown, only transferred to Monday Night Raw. I thought this was a new era. Yet we're rehashing SmackDown storylines from about 3 months ago. Complete shit. Zelina Vega and Carmella win in about 8 minutes. Zelina Vega hit a sunset bomb. And I guess they beat the tag team champions on Nikki Ash. That was it. They become the number one contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Great. Ask me next week when we get the tag team title match if I care. I don't. Biggie showed up backstage. He was warming up. Alpha Academy approached Biggie, meaning Gable and Otis, saying that they can help Big E. Chad Gable said Rollins was right in that E doesn't have what it takes to be the face of WWE, not yet anyway, unless he follows Gable. He says that if you want me to look like a walking thumb, like Otis, then no. Gable says he just earned a master's degree from Full Sail University. He graduated with a 4.0 GPA. Fine. You don't want to listen to me? Fine. He can do whatever he wants. And when you fail, don't come complaining to me when you just become another footnote. He said, watch what happens when Finn Balor tonight meets the master, Chad Gable, and Gable turns a prince into a peasant. Otis then stared at Big E, and Big E made a one-liner. He said to Otis, what did they do to your face? Because Otis, remember Otis with the beard? What did they do to your face? Says Big E. Kind of throwing it in Otis's face that he looks ridiculous without his facial hair. I like Chad Gable here, man. I thought Chad Gable carried himself fantastic in this promo with Big E. I mean, I would not complain if we got a Chad Gable and Big E match out of it at some point. But I'm very high on Alpha Academy, man. I've been high on them since before SummerSlam. I was even lobbying for them to win the tag team championships before the Usos got the SmackDown tag team championships. I was lobbying for Alpha Academy to beat the Mysterios because I don't think we should reward drunk drivers in the Usos, alcoholics in the Usos. So that didn't happen, clearly. WWE obviously wanted to build the bloodline up on SmackDown. So then they drafted Otis and Gable over to Monday Night Raw. I thought Gable carried himself well here, man. It's amazing to me how in WWE you will not achieve greatness because you are small. And the only reason why Gable isn't being pushed as a legit guy, though he may be the best wrestler in the entire fucking locker room, is because he's short. But he carried himself well here, man. I'm looking at this guy speak and the way he's just projecting his words onto Big E, and I'm thinking to myself, they could honestly have their next Kurt Angle in Chad Gable, which everybody's been saying for years, and they don't tap into that potential. They haven't even tapped into the potential of Alpha Academy as a tag team. It's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous that Chad Gable has been marginalized in WWE, held back in WWE because of his height. It really sucks. And it's their loss. It's their loss. When you got the talent like Gable on your roster and you don't use him because he's short, what the fuck does that say about management? None of that should ever matter in this sport. If you can wrestle and you can cut a promo, which he can clearly do, I don't know why you aren't maxing him out. I really don't. Finn Balor versus Chad Gable in a singles match, man. This went about 6 minutes. I want to see more of this. This was a fresh match. Something new that we haven't seen 1,000 fucking times before on this show. And they had a really, really great match for the 6 minutes that they were in there. I want to see more of this. I do. This would have been a perfect King of the Ring final if they wanted to do something and build a King of the Ring around professional wrestling instead of giving it to fucking Xavier Woods and having him make a mockery out of it. They went back and forth here, and they flip-flopped in the beginning phases of this match. Gable used a leg sweep. He used the left leg to get to his feet, hit a knee breaker. He started working on Balor's knee, and he was wrenching the knee, corkscrewing the knee. Balor kicked Gable off. Gable immediately went back to the knee. Balor blocked whatever Gable was trying to do. He went for an abdominal stretch. Gable hip tossed out of it. Gable stepped back from a shotgun drop kick, hit a jackknife cover for a near fall. He went into an ankle lock on Balor. He was continuing to work over the leg on Finn. Balor rolled away, hit a double stomp on the chest of Gable. Balor kept selling the left leg. He was able to hit a few chops. He was limping, selling the leg. Gable hit a Northern Light suplex, rolled through, hit a bridging German, which is always beautiful to see. But Chad Gable went for a cover, got a 2 count. And Graves actually compared Gable to Kurt Angle as Gable went for a moonsault up top, which always looks beautiful in execution. Balor got the knees up. Balor grabbed his knee. He then hits his shotgun drop kick to Gable in the corner. He rolled Gable to the middle of the ring. As he climbed slowly to the top rope, getting ready for the coup de grace, Gable met him up top due to the knee. So he was slow to get the coup de grace. Gable got up there. He hit a beautiful superplex, but off the superplex, Balor cradled Mr. Gable and got the 1, 2, 3. He rolled out of the ring. He avoided Otis getting in there and beating him up, selling the injury, and I loved it. This was a brand new match that we haven't seen on Monday Night Raw before between two guys that can absolutely fucking go, and it was a clean win. It was a very creative ending, and it leaves it open for more. I thought this was awesome. Hopefully next time this went 6 minutes. Hopefully we get 12 to 15 minutes between these two. Would absolutely love to see it. More Gable, more Balor, please. Balor gets the win off of a superplex into a cradle pinfall victory. Let's check the chat, guys. Let's see what's going on. We got 2,100 people in the chat. I appreciate you guys very, very much, man. Super chats are open. Get those super chats in. Super chats are open. The bar is rocking and rolling, man. Let me know in the chat what you guys are drinking. What are you drinking tonight? What are you ordering at the bar? Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, man. We are at 892 in the chat. We are so close to 1,000. Let's try and get those thumbs up to 1,000, guys. Hopefully the chat is rocking and rolling. You guys are enjoying yourself. Continue to hit that subscribe button. Become members of the VIP room here on Off the Scripts. And make sure you guys check out my sponsor for today's video, man. BlueChew.com is sponsoring the show tonight, guys. Fall is here, and yes, it is here, man. It's not going to even break 55 in New York City this week, man. The lows are going to be down to 35. It's too soon for me. I can't stand the cold weather, man. If I had it my way, it'd be 70, 75 every single day with sleeping weather in the 60s. But fall is here, and I know everybody could use a stiff breeze. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence takes you a long way, man. I am not as successful as I am if I'm not confident on this show and in what I do. But confidence can take you far in life, man. It also takes you far in the bedroom, especially when it comes time to step up to the plate. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets. And it comes at a fraction of the cost. You take them anytime, day or night. So you guys can actually plan ahead or be ready whenever the opportunity arises. The process is very simple here, man. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed online medical providers, and once you are approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. and Bluetooth tablets are made in the USA, so they are prepared and shipped directly to your door. No questions asked, in a very discreet package, man. Awesome stuff. So if you guys could benefit from extra confidence when it counts, when it's time to perform, why not go out and get yourself your free sample of Blue Chew, man? And we got a special deal for everybody listening to the Raw Post Show tonight. Code JD at checkout, BlueChew.com. All you guys have to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling, man. That's BlueChew.com, code JD to receive your first month free. And I want to thank them for supporting the podcast right here on the Monday Night Raw Post Show on Off the Script. Omos! AJ Styles, the Street Profits. It seems like they're building up this tag team title feud between these four guys, these two teams. And we got the Street Profits versus the Dirty Dawgs in a random tag team match on Monday Night Raw. So, I don't know why anybody is interested in these four guys going at it. This is legitimately, and this is what pisses me off about this brand split. WWE thinks this is new and fresh and this is a new era. This is legitimately taken from SmackDown and put on Monday Night Raw after we've seen it so many times before on SmackDown. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about Ziggler. Nobody cares about Big Bob. Nobody cares about these guys. The crowd absolutely was into Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, who were on commentary. They were on commentary for this match. Matt Riddle seemed to be enthusiastic. Randy Orton put over Bobby Roode. Randy Orton put over Dolph Ziggler. Randy Orton put over the Street Profits. Randy Orton did a very good job at making everybody in this match feel important. As a veteran of this roster, Randy Orton did a fantastic job at making everybody feel important in this match. So I really did like that. Crowd was chanting for Riddle. Crowd was chanting for Orton. They weren't even in the match. Rated RK Bro or RK Bro. I don't know why I keep saying rated RK Bro. I guess I miss Edge. RK Bro is one of the more popular acts in WWE right now. And they may be the one act on the show that the fans are most invested in. And I don't think I'm very far off from that assessment, to be honest with you. I think they are the two guys that the crowd is most invested in. And it's making me, think about a potential turn for Randy Orton. When these two guys break up, how Matt Riddle is going to move up to the next level when Randy Orton eventually dumps him. And I hope that's the case. I hope that is the real case for these two guys. Because if they're that over now, can you imagine what's going to happen when Orton breaks up the team and goes heel and he turns on Matt Riddle? It's going to be great. So, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler defeated the Street Profits here in about 11 minutes. This is WWE's tag team division on Monday night. Not the most interesting of tag team matches, but they're trying to sell tag team wrestling on this show, which WWE really doesn't do well because Vince doesn't like tag team wrestling. So the big spot of the match, obviously, I'm not going to go over all of this. We've seen this match plenty of times. It's the same shit. Big spot of the match was Ford wiping out Roode and Ziggler from a dive over the steel post to the outside, over the turnbuckle to the outside. Crowd popped big in Rhode Island for that. Omos! Yes, the giant Omos comes out, and he comes out to his theme music. And the distraction cost Montez Ford the match. That was it. So I didn't really see what happened here. I guess the cameraman fucked up. I didn't see the ending of this match. But we got, I'm assuming, a super kick. Maybe. Or was it a zigzag? I don't know, Kevin Dunn. What happened, bro? You hit the wrong button or something? You were busy brushing your teeth with one hand and You couldn't fucking function with the other. I don't know. So Omos, after the match was over, Ziggler pinned Ford. Omos laid out Ford, Dawkins, and Riddle after the match. The crowd chanted for Orton, who was pissed off. Orton ripped off his sweater, and it seemed like he was going after Omos. And then they just cut away and moved on to the next segment. That was it. I don't know what they're doing with these teams. WWE's trying to make their tag team division seem important on Monday night. It is not working. I'm not interested in Orton, Omos, or RK Bro and Orton with Riddle going up against Omos and Styles. Again, I don't give a shit. Damian Priest. Speaking of Damian Priest, he's got a new entrance. He's no longer the Archer of Infamy. I guess they're just getting rid of all of that. Don't know why. There's one thing on this show that needed to be changed. It wasn't Damian Priest's theme or his nickname or his entrance or the colors of his entrance. None of that needed to be changed. WWE just changes things for the sake of changing things. They got OCD, ADD, they got all any kind of D. People don't know what the fuck they need to change. And it's usually just, you know what? Damian Priest, he's an NXT guy, came from Triple H's NXT. Let's get rid of all that NXT shit. Let's get rid of that music. That was a Triple H thing. Let's get rid of the Archer of Infamy and the entrance and the bow and arrow. That was a Triple H thing. Now he's a Vince McMahon thing. Now he's a complete Vince McMahon thing. And so is Bear Claw, who we didn't see tonight. Mr. Bearcat, Keith Lee, roar. We didn't see him. Where is he? Dominant win over Cedric Alexander last week. I guess he didn't claw his way into Rhode Island tonight. What happened? Maybe he got stuck in the fucking zoo. What happened? Did he have to get his inoculation shots? What happened? Bearcat, Bear Claw. Yeah, I'll take a Bear Claw with my large venti, please. Mr. Keith Lee. Fucking geek dressed up as a fucking bear cat for Halloween. Keith Lee. No shame. Guess he's really living the gimmick, I guess. I have no idea. Anyway, Damian Priest was backstage. Kevin Patrick interviewed him before he went out to wrestle T-Bar. Priest says that intensity shown last week has always been there, but he's been trying to keep it at bay. He gives respect, but demands it in return. He said he had respect for T-Bar until he threw a chair at him last week. He said, you disrespect me, and I'm going to take you to a dark place. And he said, in this no DQ match, T-Bar is a good opportunity to meet the Damian in Priest, meaning the devil. Because the devil, Satan, Damian, you guys know. So he came out to his new theme music. You know, the new theme music is not as offensive as some of the other Def Rebel theme musics. It's not that bad. In fact, I wouldn't say it's bad at all. And I don't really mind the new entrance. Like, the Archer of Infamy shit was cool. Right? The bow and arrow and the fire and his name lighting up in the fire. That shit was cool. Don't tell me that shit wasn't cool, man. But it didn't need the attention that it got. It didn't need to completely change from one week to the next. There are other things on this show that need much more attention. But that's what they wanted to focus on. Now, I don't have all the answers in front of me, but now he is a complete Vince McMahon project because he still had Triple H lingering project written all over him. He was a product of NXT. He was a product of Triple H's team. The Archer of Infamy is not what Vince McMahon came up with. Now Vince McMahon has come up with a new entrance, colors, the way he stands, the spotlight that hits him in the aisleway, the music, the intensity, the character change that's tweaked a little bit. It's all Vince McMahon. It's all Vince McMahon. Keith Lee is the same thing. For the geeks out there in the back that want to say, Bearcat right, give me a break. It's Bearcat McMahon. I don't give a fuck what old school professional wrestler Keith Lee is paying homage to. It doesn't matter. It wasn't mentioned. It wasn't mentioned on commentary. It wasn't mentioned anywhere in Keith Lee's fucking bio why he's named Bearcat. Oh, he's got a football player-like mentality. Bullshit. Bearcat is going to fucking bury Keith Lee beyond recognition, beyond repair on Monday Night Raw. These are both Vince McMahon projects right now. I wish we get some of that love going to T-Bar, man. Get rid of T-Bar and the fucking gimmick that was left over from Retribution. Get this guy some new theme music. Put him back in regular clothing, regular ring attire. Give him his name back. Dominic Dijakovic. I would even negotiate saying, all right, just put him out there. Cut Dominic from his name because we got Dominic Mysterio. We got Dominic Dijakovic. We can't have two Dominics on the main roster, right? Just call him Dijakovic or Dijak. Something. T-Bar is not an accessible name. It will go nowhere in the grand scheme of things on WWE television. It's going nowhere. It's not headlining WrestleMania with the name T-Bar. It's not headlining major shows with the name T-Bar. He may be headlining the fucking unemployment line come April, but he's not headlining anything with the name T-Bar. And I hope WWE realizes what they got in Dijakovic. I really do. The guy is too good to be straddled down into this lame fucking gimmick that nobody cares about. And if they do look at T-Bar, all they associate with the name and where he came from is loser. That's it. This was a fun match. A really fun match. This was a no DQ match. Went 13 minutes. Probably one of the better things on the show. And these guys beat the shit out of each other. They beat the shit out of each other. T-Bar hit a beautiful Samoan drop off the top rope. T-Bar then trapped Damian Priest in the ropes. And he took a kendo stick from underneath the ring. He had Priest tied up in the ropes and he was swinging and swinging and swinging right across Damian Priest's midsection. And you started to see the welts of the kendo stick start to form on Priest's stomach. And it looked nasty. T-Bar was hitting him so hard with the kendo stick that he actually broke the kendo stick over Damian Priest's stomach. It looked great. It sucked, I'm sure, for Damian Priest, but it looked great. So Priest eventually freed himself. He kicked T-Bar in the face as he charged again with the broken kendo stick. Kicked him in the face, popped up, freed himself, nailed him with an inside-out lariat. Both guys are down. He then gets up, does Priest, takes a steel chair, starts beating T-Bar over the back with a chair. There was a table set out on the outside earlier in the match. Priest then takes T-Bar to the apron, and he choke slams him through the table on the outside, off the ring apron. Another excellent looking spot. The table fucking exploded. Dijak is a huge guy. The table spot looks so good. Table broke into several pieces. He then brings T-Bar back in the ring. He hits the reckoning, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. T-Bar loses. I'm not sure if this was a title match. It was a non-title match. And Damian Priest wins this non-title match over T-Bar. Excellent stuff between these two guys. Priest was celebrating in the ring. Apollo Crews and his music comes out. He's with the Commander Aziz there. And Crews in the accent, which some people don't like the accent. I don't mind the accent. I think it really individualizes him from the rest of everybody else. Crews said that was a proper mangling on Damian Priest's behalf over Dijak, or over T-Bar. He said, "Allow me to introduce myself. I am Apollo Crews." And then he introduced Commander Aziz, holding that scepter that he holds, standing behind Apollo Crews. He said they're here to breathe new life into Monday nights, and that he and Priest will be closely acquainted soon enough, where Priest will have the privilege and honor to meet him in combat and lose the United States Championship. Now, I don't know where you guys are when it comes to Apollo Crews. I really don't. When was the last time Apollo Crews won a match? When was the last time Apollo Crews won a match on Raw or SmackDown? I'm going to guess. I don't have an exact number. I'm going to guess that Apollo Crews has lost double-digit matches up until the time he debuted in this new era on Monday Night Raw. Has he won anything at all? The last time we saw him, he was feuding with Nakamura over the Intercontinental title. He did nothing but lose in those series of matches. Now he's on Monday night. He comes out. He hasn't done a fucking thing. And now he wants a United States Championship match. And he hasn't won a single match to even come out and warrant a contendership for the United States Championship, let alone any fucking title. Why? Why are we giving title opportunities to people who are losers in the end? And this is WWE's problem. This is why nobody takes them seriously. If Apollo Crews won fucking matches on television, then I wouldn't be complaining that he's challenging Damian Priest for the United States Championship, but he hasn't won a fucking match. So what makes anybody think Apollo Crews is worth a United States title match? He's Apollo Lose, not Apollo Crews. I'm sorry. This does not interest me at all. There are definitely other people on this roster that I would put ahead of Apollo Crews. I hope WWE comes out next week and has Apollo Crews start winning matches. Then maybe we can talk about him challenging Damian Priest for the United States Championship. John Morrison is in the back. By the way, The Miz lost Dancing with the Stars, so he'll be back on Monday Night Raw sooner than you think. I don't really care. I wish he would have won it, so he stayed away a couple extra weeks. I think The Miz is terrible. I don't want him back on Monday nights. Anytime The Miz is on Monday night, it's worse because he's there. And John Morrison has done nothing since The Miz has gone away for this Dancing with the Stars bullshit. So John Morrison's in the back. He's still searching for his inner chi. Reggie shows up, and he's telling Reggie that he's on the verge of a breakthrough. R-Truth and Tozawa sneak behind Reggie. Maverick is with them. Drake Maverick is with them. As Truth said, Reggie is on Super Nintendo mode. Whatever the fuck that means. Truth and Tozawa argued. Morrison says they need to align their minds and bodies with their souls. Reggie got away slipping over boxes and fucking crates, and he flipped off of something very high up in the air, and he ran away out of the arena. And Morrison said they need to align their minds and bodies with their souls. Maverick then said Tozawa isn't following the plan, as Tozawa was frustrated, yelling at both Drake Maverick and R-Truth. This 24/7 title shit is garbage. Get rid of it. I think we've seen the end of its appeal. The appeal of the 24/7 title died in 3 weeks. And here we are, still 2 years later, and we're still doing the same shit. There's nothing creative about what is happening here. None. None of it is creative. Vince McMahon loves Reggie for whatever reason. He makes Vince McMahon laugh, apparently. And Vince wanted to put the 24/7 title on him because Reggie makes him laugh. It's so fucking sad. It really is. None of it is funny. It's just complete time filler. And none of it is relevant to anything that's happening here. It just makes the show look fucking childish in the end. Get rid of it. Get rid of the 24/7 title. Get rid of the women's tag team titles. Get rid of it. I don't know why this shit still exists. What a joke. So we got Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is interviewed, and she's there with Sarah Schreiber, congratulating Becky on retaining the Raw Women's title in the opening of the show. And then she asked about the nefarious tactics that Becky Lynch immediately went to go and take advantage of. She shut all that shit down. And Schreiber says that Becky Lynch was better than that. What was that out there? Lynch said the bigger issue was the fans booing her. And she called the fans fickle and that they've never achieved any success. She then proved Bel-Air is way over her head while she's in a league of her own. Liv Morgan interrupts the promo. Becky Lynch asks for new, fresh opponents. Liv Morgan comes in. Becky Lynch looks at her. She shrugs her shoulders and walks away. Liv Morgan says nothing. I doubt this is going to go anywhere that's going to get people excited. Liv Morgan stands all over the internet are rejoicing now that Liv Morgan gets a potential feud with Becky Lynch. You think Liv Morgan is beating Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship? The fuck are you people getting excited for? Give me a break. You know what? I'm going to throw this one at you. I love Liv Morgan. I wish Liv Morgan was a little bit better off than where she is right now. But this segment, it would have made a lot more sense if, I don't know, Liv Morgan won her last couple of matches? If Liv Morgan won her last couple of matches and then she presented herself in front of Becky Lynch, it would have been a little bit more logical. But the fact that she's lost every single fucking match for the last 3 or 4 times she's been out there, you think I'm going to take her to be a serious threat to Becky Lynch? You think I'm going to sit here and tell you Liv Morgan deserves a shot against Becky Lynch? No. No. Perception is everything. To me, Liv Morgan is a loser. She hasn't won shit. Yet I'm supposed to believe and get excited about a Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch match when she hasn't won matches. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way at all. Main event. We got Biggie and Kevin Owens. Non-title match. Main event of Monday Night Raw. Pretty decent little match here. Very hard-hitting. Thanks to Kevin Owens and his stiff style of work, which I love. Owens knocked Biggie down with the senton off the apron. Followed up with another rolling senton. All of a sudden, Rollins comes out. His music plays. And he is out there now. And he's watching this match from very close up. Owens hits a superplex on Biggie. And Biggie no-sold Kevin Owens moves, superplex, and then some clotheslines. Biggie no-sold everything. They're up in the middle of the ring. They're trading strikes back and forth. They collided with double clothesline attempts. Biggie then blocked a stunner, hit a belly-to-belly suplex, but Owens avoided a splash in the corner, hit a super kick, a cannonball, a flying senton off the top rope, which looked brutal. He came off the top rope with a senton. All of Owens' weight comes crashing down right on Big E's chest. Flat-backed. Awful. It looked great. I mean, it's awful for Big E because I know he was fucking hurting after that move. Crushed him. Big E fought back. How? I don't know. Fighting back. He hits a Uranagi. Goes for a cover. Gets a 2 count. Owens tried to splash, but Big E got his knees up and hit a running dive through the ropes. They collided heads, and it looked like Owens was genuinely knocked dizzy for a little bit, so the referee went to go check on him. Rollins attacked Big E as the ref was checking on Owens. Owens may have been concussed here. I have no idea. Hopefully he's all right. And I know he didn't see what happened with Seth Rollins and Big E, but Big E, he kicked out and countered a crucifix for the pin. And he got Kevin Owens on the crucifix, 1, 2, 3. Now, like I said, Kevin Owens didn't see the attack on Big E from Rollins. But Big E then turns around and gets Owens in the crucifix, and that was it. After the match, Big E noticed on the replay that Owens saw what Rollins did. And Owens grabbed the microphone and swore that he did not see what Seth Rollins did on the outside. Owens blamed Rollins for fucking everything up, called him a son of a bitch, and then Owens challenged Rollins next week to a match on Monday Night Raw. Owens then pleaded with Big E, dude, I'm sorry, I apologized. Big E was like, I don't believe you, I don't believe you, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. He wasn't hearing anything from Kevin Owens. Owens put his hand on Big E's shoulder and apologized again. Big E grabbed him, gave him a big ending, and that was the way the show went off the air. This wasn't a way to present Big E as a heel. This was a way to plant seeds that Kevin Owens is turning heel on Monday Night Raw, which is a welcome sight to the show. I think Kevin Owens works better as a heel than he does as a babyface. This is Kevin Owens getting attacked after being genuine and apologetic to Big E. Big E being the stern, intense, no bullshit attitude champion like he should be. Attacking Kevin Owens because he's very prideful of himself and the WWE Championship. He doesn't want to hear anything of it. And Kevin Owens being apologetic, getting attacked, is going to lead to Kevin Owens turning heel. And I hope that's the case. Now, I've seen some people on social media say that Kevin Owens, there was a rumor going around. I don't know how true this is, of Kevin Owens starting a stable on Monday Night Raw. I don't know how true that is. I doubt that's the case at all. I don't know who would align with him on Monday night, who would make for a good stable with Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens works better as a loner, as a rogue, but as a heel. He needs to be a heel. And right now, WWE doesn't have many heels in the top of the card. They got Big E, who's obviously a babyface champion. Rollins is a perfect foil for Big E. He's a heel. They got AJ Styles, who right now could be in the main event scene. I wish he was, but he's a tag team guy with Omos. He's not going to be there immediately. Everybody else in the main event scene is a babyface. Finn Balor's a babyface. Edge is a babyface. You want to put Bearcat Lee there? He's a babyface for now. I think he would make a great heel and go up against Big E. That'd be a nice match. I doubt that's going to happen. I don't think that's in the cards for Bear Claw. But the majority of who Big E right now has on Monday night is a babyface. So if they take Kevin Owens, who right now is in that camp, and turn him into a heel, I think that would probably be the best solution here. Kind of even things out. I don't want to see Edge turn heel. I don't want to see Balor turn heel. I don't want to see Kevin Owens stay a babyface. I think turning him heel works. I really do. So we will see what happens there, but I'm assuming this is nothing more than seeds being planted for the eventual Kevin Owens heel turn on Monday Night Raw. And this may end up being KO heel versus Big E babyface. We're eventually going to get Rollins heel versus Big E babyface. We may get a triple threat match between these three guys for the WWE Championship. That's also where this may be leading. So we don't really know. But all in all, a very good episode of Monday Night Raw. I don't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. For all the people that are in the camp of, oh, JD is negative, JD hates WWE for clicks and views, and it's all an act for him, he hates WWE, yada, yada, yada. There won't be one single fucking person that realizes what happened here tonight and me praising most of the segments on this show tonight. Again, all I will hear is crickets in the end because WWE put on a good show and that'll be the IWC. Oh, but JD's negative. Clearly, you don't listen to the fucking show. Oh, JD hates on the company. Clearly, you don't listen to what the fuck I do on YouTube. Because if you did, you would have watched this show tonight and realized that WWE put on a decent Monday Night Raw. I appreciate you guys very much, man. We're going to go over these super chats in just a little bit. We got 1,000 likes, guys. Thank you so much. Let's try for 1,250, man. I pinned a comment at the top of the live stream chat. 1,250 is the actual goal tonight. 1,000 was the soft goal. So if you guys have not hit the thumbs up yet and you're in the chat, please hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,250 likes on tonight's live stream for Off the Script. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram once again. Social media is where you guys can find me, mainly on Twitter. Mainly on Twitter is where I am. Go check out Blue Chew, bluechew.com. Code JD for checkout. Get your free sample. Make sure you guys go check out all the other videos, including episode 395 of the podcast that was uploaded on Saturday afternoon, talking about the Ring of Honor collapse, amongst other top stories in the community. And hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for all notifications, and make sure you guys hit that join button. Continue to become members of the VIP room. You guys get those beautiful custom emojis and a badge next to your name showing off your VIP status here on the channel. And YouTube's got some really cool stuff coming up, man. They got raids, like you usually see on Twitch. You can raid a live stream. So, for example, if I'm done here and I want to send you guys over to Solid Monster's live stream, we can all go in there and raid him and have a good time over there. YouTube is actually also incorporating, I can't wait for this one, gifting memberships. So you guys can actually gift memberships to everybody in the chat if you want to. If you want someone to be a member, they don't want to pull the trigger themselves, gift a membership, man. That's all coming. I can't wait for that stuff to come out. It's really going to enhance the overall live stream experience on YouTube. Well, let's get into these super chats, man. Start at the top here. Let's see who we got. We got Bo Jiden with a $2 super chat. Great Survivor Series qualifiers tonight. Oh, wait. Yeah, we got no Survivor Series qualifiers matches yet. I don't know what's going on there. I can only hope that WWE does have something planned. But we will see. They got 3 weeks. Maybe we'll see something next week. I have no fucking idea. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. Does WWE have a pay-per-view up soon? They don't act like it. Yes, they do. It's called Survivor Series. It's part of the Big Five. And they haven't done one thing as far as building towards the show. Bo Jiden with another $2 super chat. They cut Orton off like whenever I speak. They did cut Orton off. I don't know what the hell that was. He was going after Omos, and then they went right to the next segment. They know that we don't give a shit about Orton and Riddle versus Omos and AJ Styles, but yet they continue to give it to us. Tony Brown with a $4.99 super chat. JD, is Bianca only eye candy now? She could benefit from a heel turn. I missed the ponytail weapon. OTS for life. Bianca is eye candy? I don't know about all that, man. I don't think she is only eye candy now, but WWE Creative has really done a bad job at consistently building Bianca Belair. Everything that they did at WrestleMania for this woman is now a waste of time. She's actually just as bad as she was when she first started on the main roster. They built her up, had her win the Royal Rumble, had her win the title at WrestleMania, and then it's almost as if they're allergic to creating new stars. I don't get it. It's just a sad mentality in WWE. They're genuinely afraid to build new stars. I don't get it. Susan D'Ambrosio becomes a new member in the venue. Susan, thank you. What are you drinking? And don't tell me a Shirley Temple. We need some alcohol. What are you drinking? Thank you. Jacob Donnelly with a $5 super chat. $100 to name a more worthless title than the women's tag team titles. The NXT women's tag team titles. Ha ha! Mean Marky D is in the chat. $4.99. Hey, yo, JD, I've been waiting for you to call me to do my show. I haven't been there in ages. What the fuck, bro? I thought we were cool, bro. Listen, Mr. D, I don't need you, bro. I need you when I need you. It's like WWE. They put on a good show when they want to put on a good show. Out of 52 shows, you're lucky you get 1 or 2 good shows. They pick and choose. I pick and choose when I need you. Bradley Robinette with a $1.99 super chat. R.I.P. Jerry Remy. Have you heard of him? WWE sucks. I have not heard of Jerry Remy. Who the hell is that? Whoever he is, thoughts and prayers to Jerry Remy. Raven with a $10 UK super chat. Yo, JD, about your SmackDown review. In my opinion, it was not about turning heel Shotzi, but turning babyface Sasha. Just to push further one of the big 5 women in WWE and not anybody else. Kind of sad. Yes, Shotzi is an innocent bystander. I don't want to boo Shotzi Blackheart. Like I said, I don't want to sit here and say she can't do it because Bayley, we said the same thing about Bayley. Turning heel after being such a great babyface. She's not going to be a good heel. She killed it. The best run of her career. But Shotzi, I hated everything about that SmackDown segment. I really hated that SmackDown segment. That shit sucked. And Sasha was a heel going into that Charlotte and Shotzi match. They had a heel standing in the babyface's corner on SmackDown. I don't think they realized that. They're lucky Sasha is as good as she is. They're lucky that Sasha is who she is. Otherwise, that segment doesn't work. Ray Warrior with a $19.99 super chat. I like Liv, but she's a loser. Now, it will be a good match, but how am I supposed to believe she has a chance against Becky? In my opinion, it should have been Tegan Knox. They should have already been getting her some wins to face Becky. Ray Warrior, you're absolutely correct, bro. Absolutely correct, man. But what do I know, man? What do I know? I'm the fucking geek sitting in front of a green screen with a bar behind me that is generally hated in the community, man. What the fuck do I know? Philip Newton with a $9.99 super chat. Raw show was probably a fluke, a one-trick pony. Don't get your hopes up, JD. I never do. Who said the fuck my hopes are up? Love your show, bro. Keep it up. Your show is way better than any WWE programming. Best of luck with House of Glory. 9 days, man. House of Glory is back. Can't wait. Thank you, Philip. Hollywood Guy with a $5 super chat. Maybe Vince has seen the light. Okay, who am I kidding? Bro, Vince has not seen the light. Vince has not seen the light. He never will see the light with Bruce Pritchard running creative. Raven with a $20 UK super chat. Thank you, Raven. Yo, JD, what was the final straw in NXT's existence, in your honest opinion? I don't believe it was when they went to 2 hours, because even then the show was pretty decent. For me, it was Retribution's debut. Never watched NXT since. That's funny, man. Retribution was never in NXT. What was the final straw in the existence of NXT? Moving the show off of the WWE Network at 1 hour and putting it on USA Network to compete with AEW. That was it. As soon as they moved it to USA Network at live 2 hours, it was over. The final straw was them underselling how big AEW was going to be. Because AEW is not competition. I want you guys to be aware of that. AEW is not competition to WWE, says Nick Conman. Xavier with a $5 super chat. I was watching the women's tag when they showed the women backstage. Didn't even notice one of them was Dana Brooke. She really lives in catering. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. All of the yummy treats that come out of Titus Catering, Dana Brooke has a hand in making them. Raven with a $5 super chat. UK, thank you, Raven, for the generosity tonight. I know, JD, you can't take a break from reviews, but watching this show every week is actually painful. Your soul needs rest, man. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. This is the most positive I've been on a Monday night in 10 months, 11 months. The Gary Sphere with a $2 super chat can sense the Becky backstage politics a mile away. Those backstage politics, man, Becky knows how to play them. For sure. Mary becomes a member in the venue for 3 months. Thank you, Mary. Proud to be a part of this awesome LTS family. JD, #1 podcast in the WWE AEW universe. Love you all. Thank you, Mary. Go get yourself a drink at the bar on me. Mark Elaine Lazario. Well, Lazaro. Fucked up your name, bro. I'm a goon. Banish me to watch another 3 hours of Monday night. Here's a little support to buy diapers for your baby daughter. I don't have a baby daughter, bro. No kids. And when I have children, they will be awesome. I'm letting you know right now. Stephen Vandelli, what is up, Vandelli, with a $50 super chat. Watched your Rampage review as I was down in Orlando this weekend enjoying a well-needed vacation. Guess what? I still respect the best in the IWC and agree about the zombie needing a voice. Can't wait for November 14th and what will be an insane House of Glory show. Vandelli, I love you, brother. It's actually the 12th. Full Gear's the 13th. Tribute to the Troops was announced for November 14th. I won't be watching that because it's one of the most irrelevant shows of the year. But listen, man, Abaddon needs to speak. Her promos cannot consist of... Can't do it. I'm not going to get invested in... Can't do it. I'm sorry. Thank you, V50, brother. See you in a couple of weeks. Brock Lesnar! With a $2 super chat. I will be releasing the tape soon. It's a good one. Brock Lesnar also says, Sable was a very nasty, naughty girl on this tape. Where's this tape being sold, Lesnar? You got a whole live stream chat wanting to see this tape. The Gary Sphere. $5 super chat. What's up, brother? Message you on IG. I can ask you here, though, what kind of camera and mic brand do you recommend? I'm looking to update my content quality in the new year. Gary, I would say it all depends on what you are looking to spend, bro. If you don't have a budget, I would say go get anything Rode. I use all Rode products, man. I'd love a sponsorship by Rode, to be honest with you. I use a Rode soundboard. I use the Rode Procaster. I use the Rodecaster Pro. The Rode Procaster is my microphone. I use the Rodecaster Pro, the Rodecaster mix board. You guys can get that at any electronics store. I usually go and shop at Guitar Center. I usually use Sweetwater is another one. They got good deals there. Payment plans. I hate payment plans. I just pay for it outright. Sam Ash is another one. I always got some type of deal at Sam Ash. B&H in New York City. Always good. But Rode microphones, for sure. They got a variety of them. You don't need to get mine. They got cheaper ones that sound excellent. I go for the top of the line stuff. I have to sound good. I'm so fucking anal about how I sound. And as far as camera goes, anything Logitech, really. Logitech C920, Logitech C922, Logitech Brio, or their 4K webcam. That's always a good option. I use Elgato products, so I got Elgato lights. I got Elgato camera. It depends on your budget, man. It really does. I got the Elgato face cam. It's a little pricey, but it all depends on what you want to spend. Really, Logitech is probably the consumer's go-to because of the price point. Robert Hall becomes a member for 10 months. Thank you, Robert Hall. What are you drinking, brother? Kelly with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Kelly. Hey, JD, watching you while taking my lunch. My friends in my barber shop are loving your podcast. Looks like people in Tokyo are noticing you. Good. They're noticing the true Messiah. Keep it up. Thank you, Kelly, as always. Speaking of barbershops, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. I'll be in Atlantic City tomorrow morning. Hang out with my best friend, watch the Braves, hopefully get the job done. Hopefully. I'm having nightmares about this already. Get a haircut, get a couple of beers, watch the game, celebrate. The Undertaker, $2 super chat, best metal vocalist. Is Miles Kennedy considered a metal vocalist? I would think so. I love Mark Tremonti. I think Mark Tremonti is an excellent vocalist. I would probably say Matt Heafy from Trivium. I think he does it all. Matt Heafy from Trivium does it all, man. Plus, he's an amazing musician. We got the NYC Demon Diva, Issa, membership for 8 months. We love Issa here. We love Roman here. Not the tribal. Well, we love the tribal chief, bro. We love Issa's Roman. Was that Raw tonight? Thought it was a fun show overall. It was a fun show. It was a good show. Drinks on Thursday if the Braves win tomorrow. Well, listen, Issa, there'll be drinks. There'll be drinks, period. Whether the Braves win or lose. I gotta text you. We gotta meet up. We gotta handle business, okay? I gotta be like Tony D and handle business, okay? I will be texting you, though. Bradley Robinette with a $1.99 super chat. He was a Red Sox player and broadcaster, Jerry Remy. Sorry to hear that. Thoughts and prayers go out to Jerry Remy. Furious Nation with a $10 super chat. What's up, JD? Call me shocked, bro. Decent Raw tonight. I'm not getting my hopes up, but I agree with what you're saying that if Raw took little pieces of indie NXT and applied it, it would work. Of course it would. Of course it would. Also, what are your thoughts on RK Bros remix theme tonight? I liked it. I hate when WWE sends one guy out there and then sends another guy out there with both of their theme musics playing. They mashed it up. It's good. You know who's good at that? Mikey Ruckus from AEW. He's an excellent composer, man. AEW's got the best composer in all of wrestling right now, in Mikey Ruckus. Christopher Elliott with a $10 super chat. When you about my favorite singer's name from my super chat last week. Her name is Demi. she's getting hated by her own fans because she believes in aliens, she's not releasing new music. Your favorite singer believes in aliens and she's getting hated by her own fans because she believes in aliens? Bro, I believe in the paranormal. I'm about to drop $400 on paranormal equipment. Who gives a shit? You believe in what you want to believe in. Fuck everybody else. Brock Lesnar with a $2 super chat. Sable's kitty tastes like peaches, he says. I'm a fan of peaches myself, bro. Enjoy yourself. Ernie Vasquez with a $1.99 super chat. As a Dodgers fan, fuck the Astros. Get it done, Braves. Let me tell you something, man. I'm already having flashbacks to last year. I'm having flashbacks to the last year, man. They need to get it done tomorrow. They should have got it done yesterday. But the Astros bats apparently want to fucking awaken from their goddamn fucking slumber. After a Duval grand slam in the first inning and they lost that game, man, I'm not riding high. And I would not be surprised. If the Braves lose this series, man, they should just blow up the entire state of Georgia. Just fucking nuke it. Let's get out. They don't even deserve to be a state. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Also, can't wait for House of Glory's return. I'm sure you and Salomos are going to kill it. Both of you are the GOATs of the IWC. Yes, we will kill it. We're the best commentary team in all of indie wrestling. There's no one close. No one. And that's just not me being a cocky prick. That's just the fucking facts. It's the fucking truth, man. Nobody prepares like I do. Nobody. He said it himself. And the Tasmanian Rebel with a $2 super chat. Go Braves. It rocks. Thank you, Tasmanian. That's all I got for you guys, man. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Thank you for listening to me vent about Monday Night Raw, though we didn't do a lot of raging tonight, man. We actually enjoyed tonight's show. I wish I felt like this every Monday night. I wish Raw was at 2 hours. Anyway, there will be no NXT review tomorrow. I'm telling you right now, no NXT review tomorrow night. I may do an extra at some point during the day. I'll be at my apartment in Atlantic City. I'll probably work from there in the afternoon, and then the Braves game is of the utmost importance tomorrow, so there's no NXT review tomorrow. Whoa! I gotta shut the music off. Man. Edgar Estrada with a $200 bomb tonight. Oh my goodness. Edgar Estrada. Yo, J to the F&D, he says, thanks for another fun review. Except for that 24/7 part, I beg you to stop before I fell asleep. Thank God you did. Braves are keeping your energy up since Raw is bringing you down. The chat was lit tonight. Love this, fam. Thank you for all the fun tonight. OTS for life. Edgar, I love you, buddy. Edgar, listen, if I'm ever out in Connecticut, man, you better be at the first fucking meet and greet I do, bro. Drinks are on me, man. Edgar coming in big tonight. I appreciate you guys very much, man. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Again, like I said, no NXT review tomorrow. We will be watching the Braves. Utmost importance tomorrow. Game 6 of the World Series. Max Fried hopefully gets the job done. Follow me on Twitter, man. At JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Continue to hit that join button. Continue to hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. We're at 1,100 likes right now. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up in the live stream chat, please hit that thumbs up. It helps out the video tremendously. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel, including Saturday's episode 395 of the podcast. Ring of Honor, Bray Wyatt, Charlotte Flair drama, WWE having their pay-per-view schedule released, UK pay-per-view coming, WWE doing pay-per-view on Labor Day next year. T-shirts, bonfire.com is the home. Go get your T-shirts. Patreon, if you guys want to support the Patreon page and get some exclusive merchandise, it's patreon.com/JD from NY206. And we got Call of Duty Vanguard coming out this Thursday night, Friday morning, man. I'll be live streaming it as soon as it drops. So we'll have fun late night with some Call of Duty Vanguard this week. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for hanging out on your Monday night. I need two things from you guys right now in the live stream chat. Number one, I need those guitar emojis. And if you got them, I need those Mustang emojis in the chat. Number two, I need that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow with some extra and Wednesday with Jesse in the venue for AEW Dynamite on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.